What would it take for Jay-Z to go down like Diddy did?
I don't know, but I got an idea that Evan Rogers is going to help me figure that out.
And who is Evan?
Evan was the producer who only seemed to work on teeny bopper projects, who discovered Rihanna at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room on the island where she comes from with no parental supervision. And then she was put on a private plane, a minor, from one country to another without parental supervision. And she ended up in a boardroom with Mr. Carter without parental supervision. Y'all got young children. Would you just let your daughter leave and go to a whole other country with some motherfucking niggas you don't know?
Absolutely not.
Doing talent shows at 3 a.m.
So you're saying that the rumors are true. There are rumors circulating that Rihanna was actually trafficked here. Are you saying that
Starting to sound that way. Because the daddy ain't show up till 24 hours later to pick up a $500,000 check for his daughter's ass. Maybe we should look more into that album, Auntie. That album cover was disturbing. A child bride with a crown over her head and blood smeared on her face. I don't know. How don't people see SOSs anymore? I mean, maybe I'm just crazy.
Girl, hold on to your wigs, because the tea is piping hot. The streets are saying Rihanna just broke her silence, and chilly, she's spilling all the beans about Diddy. Can you believe it? After years of keeping Wire Girl, we is finally ready to expose some serious dirt. Word on the street is that Rihanna's got some bombshells that could shake the whole music industry. We're talking career-ending stuff here, people. What could Bag Out Rare possibly know about Diddy that's got everyone buzzing? And why now, after all this time, the gossip mill is churning, and everyone's wondering how this is going to play out? Will Diddy's empire come crashing down? Is Rihanna about to change the game, honey? Grab your pop, because this drama is just getting started.
Stories about, those, what was those young boys that he had, a group, B5 or something like that, trying to get them. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Puff and Ja Rule was cool. But at one time, Puff was trying to trick Ja Rule into going at Jay-Z. But now him and Jay-Z is like freaking frat. Crazy how things work out, huh?
And cause he's a Jay-Z fan, and he's a boss himself, but that love him some Jay-Z. Whoa, and I told that, bruh, Jay is the type of, he wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire.
Jigga's tired of me, and so is Beyonce. These are my friends. Beyonce's my grandma. And Jigga's my uncle. Timothy Harrison is his real name. My grandmother's name is Helen Bradford, for those that want to know Beyonce's real name. And if you look up all her problems, bro, my grandmother's sick. Like, my grandmother's on her deathbed. Beyonce is literally My grandma, bro.
She just showed her hair looking healthy.
Yeah, man. That's cute. But that's my grandma, bro.
They stayed out of all this though. All this tabloids, they're out of it.
They have allowed me to live, man.
Man, okay.
Me and Puff had like a heart-to-heart where he looked me in my eyes and said, yo, I heard a lot of stories about you, and I hear that you are a lunatic. And here, we appreciate the creative part of being a lunatic. So if you want to create in that fashion, you can. All I'm telling you is don't throw anything and don't hit anybody, and you'll be fine. And boy, I felt so at home hearing that. But also in hearing that, it led me to believe that he understood the importance of not hitting people. Because that's important as you running a business and building a business. We're starting with the news that CNN broke last week, where they obtained hotel footage of Puff violently, graphically stalking and attacking Cassie. If that other angle come out, maybe kidnapping as well. But when it turned the corner, we don't get to see. But you ran a long way down that hallway, and if you dragged her even 4 more feet, we now include kidnapping. That shit was disgusting, what we all had to witness.
Now let's rewind the clock and spill some tea on how our girl Ware got to this point. Paul, remember when Rihanna first hit the scene, she was just a fresh-faced bean beauty with pipes that could make angels jealous. But honey, she didn't stay innocent for long the streets for saying Rihanna's rise to the top wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Girl had to navigate some choppy water ERS, and who was right there in the thick of it, none other than Mr. Sean Diddy comes in Selfia, that Diddy, the one who's been running the game since before some of y'all were even born. Now child Diddy and Rihanna's history goes way back. We're talking early 2000s, when Rihanna was just a small island girl with big dreams. Word on the street is, did he played a part in getting her signed to Def Jam, but was he really looking out for her, or was he playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers? As Rihanna stars starting to rise, so did the whispers about what was really going down behind the scenes. The tea is that Diddy was always lurking in the shadows, pulling strings and making moves, but was De helping Rare climb in the ladder, or was he using her to keep his own grip on the industry? Girl, the plot thickens as Rihanna transformed from pawn replay cutie umbrella. Superstar rumors started swirling about tension between her and Diddy. Some say he wanted more control, others say she was outgrowing his influence. Either way, something wasn't adding up.
So, we've seen Diddy do a public apology.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
What's my thought? You just did a statement a month ago saying you never done nothing like that. Now you say different? My. How illuminating? When was you lying? When you said you never done nothing like that after you got shown doing it? It must suck to know that Jay-Z is most likely for all of this to be done to you. Little booty hole brother. Fucking thing one and thing two.
Did he?
They are psychopaths. And they have been working together for the better part of 25 years. They collect victims, they compete, and they claim their prizes. You know, there was a movie called Kiss the Girls. Do you remember that with Morgan Freeman?
No, I definitely remember that. Yep.
And remember, they were looking for the Casanova unaliver, the serial killer. And as they went into their investigation, they started seeing that certain crimes were mirroring one another. Two different styles. Same hunt, same kill. They came to find out that it was two of them working, mirroring, competing. One type of woman grabbed one way, same type of woman grabbed another way on the other side of the country. They were able to find their lunar cycle and how they hunted and when they picked. And guess what? It was the sloppy one that got him caught. Because it was the sophisticated one that taught him how to hunt. You remember that?
Yep.
What if I told you I was Ashley Judd? Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it.
But our girl Riri, she kept her lips sealed tighter than a Fenty Beauty lipstick. She was too busy serving looks-dropping hits and building her empire to get caught up in the drama. Or so we thought. Now, after years of silence, Rihana is ready to spill, and honey, it's about to get messy. What secrets has she been holding on to all this time? What really went down between her and Diddy? The streets are buzzing with speculation, and everyone's wondering if this is going to be the tea that finally takes Diddy down. Y'all better buckle up, because if there's one thing we know about Rihana, is that she doesn't do anything halfway. If she's finally ready to talk, you can bet your last dollar it's going to be explosive. The question is, are we ready for what she's about to serve?
What would it take for Jay-Z to go down like Diddy did?
I don't know. But I got an idea that Evan Rogers is going to help me figure that out.
And who is Evan?
Evan was the producer who only seemed to work on teeny bopper projects, who discovered Rihana at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel on the island where she comes from, with no parental supervision. And then she was put on a private plane, a minor, from one country to another, without parental supervision. And she ended up in a boardroom with Mr. Carter, without parental supervision. Y'all got young children. Would you just let your daughter leave and go to a whole other country with some motherfucking niggas you don't know?
Absolutely not.
Doing talent shows at 3 a.m.
So you're saying that the rumors are true. There are rumors circulating that Rihana was actually trafficked here. Are you saying that
Starting to sound that way. Because the daddy ain't show up till 24 hours later to pick up a $500,000 check for his daughter's ass. Maybe we should look more into that album, Auntie. That album cover was disturbing. A child bride with a crown over her head and blood smeared on her face. I don't know. How don't people see SOSs anymore? I mean, maybe I'm just crazy.
So do you think that there will ever be a space or a time where Rihana may come forward and express some of her experiences?
I don't know, but I'm working. I'm working around the clock. She didn't look comfortable pregnant, throwing up that goddamn diamond sign during Super Bowl. Word has it, she didn't want to do it at all. She just had no choice. And then she was forced to step down from her billion-dollar company so she could be a mom. I guess that's what happens when your pimp put up all the money in the first place.
Do you think that's also the reason why the album situation is what it is, where she's not dropping any music?
I mean, if I was her, I wouldn't. More music means more indebted. More music means more money laundering. More music means she stays a shell corporation and not a human being. You wanna know what's funny? The only difference between Inga Marchand and Rihanna is that one was international, the other one was right next door. Both about 14, both tender, both damn near virgins, both mid-rated by Sean Carter. I don't know. I wonder how Rihanna's feeling about being replaced by Blue Ivy.
So are you alleging that Jay-Z is grooming his own daughter?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be so hard to do. That ain't his baby. Allegedly. That's Tata baby. Allegedly. It'd be really easy to groom somebody else's kid. Look at Justin. Look at Quincy. These niggas always like playing with other people's kids.
Like,
sorry, I just lost my light.
All right, let's get into the juicy part. What's Rihana saying about Diddy that's got everyone's tongues wagging? Girl, the tea is scalding hot, and it's about to burn some reputation. The streets are saying Rihana's got receipts, and she's not holding back. Word is she's accusing Diddy of some shady business practices that would make even the most cutthroat record XX flush for talking about manipulating chart numbers, stealing credit for hits, and even bullying other artists to keep them in line. But that's not all. Rihana is supposedly spilling about how Diddy tried to control her image, her sound, and even her personal life. The gossip is that he wanted to mold her into his perfect little money-making machine without a care for what she wanted. Now, some folks are wondering why Rihana is speaking up now. Is she trying to settle an old score, or is this her way of cleaning house in the industry? Either way, it's clear our girl's not playing around. But here's the thing, can we trust everything Rihana is saying? The streets are divided. Some say she's got no reason to lie, while others think she might be exaggerating for effect. If the he said she said situation, and without part evidence, it's tough to know what's real, what's just hot air.
so Jack, we gotta ask. You know, you've been kind of going viral, and we gotta get your take on this. It's been it's been an FBI warrant or going around for you, and it's been
over
pictures.
A truck that I lost responsibility of the second that I was arrested in that pool in Bossier, Louisiana, and it was confiscated by Louisiana State Agency, and I lost track of it. Left the phone number, nobody contacted me, so how am I responsible for what? And why the fuck would the feds give a shit about it? That ain't nothing but a prank from Tasha K. Sorry, was you mad I changed your Belial interview? I don't know, maybe you should have asked him something that was true. Ain't nobody falling for this shit. Ain't no warrant for my arrest for no goddamn truck that I ain't have responsibility of, especially considering I was in jail. And Tasha K, I believe you're part of the reason why I was there. But y'all ain't talking about my dead mama no more? That's funny. Nobody can seem to prove that she's dead. Nobody. No death certificate, no death notice, no medical examiner has seen anyone. Tasha K, you're a piece of shit. And you're mad. So little Teddy's playing in monkey shit in your Belial interview is in the shit up. And I'm gonna keep ruining everything you do till you disappear or pay Cardi B. Either way, both will make you disappear. So yeah, that's about that.
Yeah, so you're saying that Tasha K has fabricated these alleged
Yeah, she
claims.
fabricated all that shit. Like she does every fucking thing else. The weird bitch. Her and my sister, they've been working together.
So just for the record, you are not wanted by any sort of law enforcement agency.
I spoke to my lawyer on Friday. I have no warrants, and I'm going to trial in September. And if the trucking company wants to tell me what the fuck happened to my dead son's remains, because his urn is on that truck, along with some evidence and family heirlooms, my entire wardrobe, birth certificates, social security cards. Wonder what happened in that truck. Y'all should have found another thread to pull at, because I'm going to choke you with this one. Never send a dumb bitch to do a smart bitch's job. I swear to God, the sector would be in such better condition if Sean Davyway was running it, because Latasha Transrena Keedy has lost her fucking edge. YouTube, y'all need to find somebody better. I think Sean Davyway would be the perfect king of the beef in the tea sector. I really do. He understands checks and balances. And YouTube, if you keep letting this rabbit fucking bitch, Latasha Transrena, I'm swamp trash Keedy, I'm gonna start asking why y'all didn't pay Cardi B. Because y'all are now almost a $200 billion corporation, and you have a known liar and fraud operating on this app. Lying on law-abiding citizens like myself. You want to answer for that, YouTube? Or y'all just want to keep letting this wild bitch run crazy? Because I'm going to make sure that 1 million+ subscriber base, that is a third box, because you only have legitimately 600,000 subscribers touch. I'm gonna make sure your views stop viewing. I'm gonna make you so irrelevant to YouTube, they're going to get rid of you.
So do you think
Still, Rihanna is not the only one with stories to tell. Other artists are starting to come out of the woodwork, backing up some of her claims. They're talking about similar experiences. With Diddy, the control of the manipulation, the whole 9 yards. One thing's for sure though, if even half of what Rihanna is saying is true, it could change the whole game. We're talking about exposing decades of dirty dealings in the music industry. This ain't just about Diddy anymore, it's about pulling back the curtain on how things really work behind the scenes. But girl, don't think Diddy's going to take this lying down. He's got friends in high places and a reputation for playing hardball. The question is, will his old tactics work against someone as powerful as Rihanna? And let's not forget about the ons. They're eating up every word, dissecting every claim, and choosing sides. So social media is on fire with theory memes and hot takes. It's like the Super Bowl of celebrity drama, and everyone wants a piece of the action. So what's next? Will more artists come forward with their own stories? Will Diddy respond to these accusations? And most importantly, how will this change the music industry as we know it? Girl, one thing is for sure, this drama is far from over. Rihanna's lit the match, and now we're all waiting to see how big the fire is going to get. The music world is holding its breath, wondering who's going to be left standing in the smoke.
So do you think that she's being protected? Tasha K is being protected by higher ups?
She's being protected by the Rothschild family. She was hired to come after me. All of this YouTube shit is her. And she's been using my sister as her #1 source, who has yet to do an actual interview substantiating all of her so-called claims against me, cammed up and live. You want to be famous, Shepard? Why don't your friend Tasha K want to interview you on camera? All these niggas are amazing.
So I'd just like to know, you said that she needs to be replaced. So you agree that there's a certain way, a certain etiquette to go about spilling the tea, yes?
Oh, absolutely. And you should back it up with fact. All of their receipts that they have their subscribers paying them for are false. Falsified documents, screenshotted, altered, edited. Me and Denot Ricketts have proved that on several occasions. Tell me something. How is that person allowed on the internet at all? She should be banned from the internet completely. She is a known and proven liar, and she has been spending the better part of the past 2 years trying to defraud the public out of cash and extorting and blackmailing celebrities to pay a young artist whose family she disrespected, whose child she defamed. I don't know. Maybe I'll pay somebody to get me those pictures of little Teddy playing in monkey shit just for fun. I know people in Nigeria. I'm sure he won't be hard to find.
Do you feel like Tasha K tried to be, or is trying to be, the next Wendy Williams?
That'll never happen. Wendy told the truth. That bitch is a liar. It was proven in court to the tune of a $4 million check that her black broke ass can't catch. How you gonna be Wendy Williams and you can't tell the truth? Oops. And you ain't funny either. You need to stop hiring people to sit in those empty seats of the tickets you can't sell to your very, very, very irrelevant show. You want to show us something we want to see? Show us your kids. Go live and cam up with your family, including your husband, who has another bitch, allegedly. I don't know any God-fearing or law-abiding or Africa-loving Nigerian who would abide his wife sending his son away. Does that make sense to y'all? You don't know Nigerians. They're very family-oriented, and his son, his firstborn son, I don't know a Nigerian man that would agree with that. Igbo or Yoruba. Sound like something wrong with your family structure over there, too. How about you stop coming up with fake Crime Stoppers for me and produce very real receipts of your illegitimate and fraudulent life? I'm running your ass out of town, bitch. I'm gonna have you running like Aubrey. Now you ain't got as much shit to sell, so packing you up should be quick.
The drama is just getting started, and the fallout, it's like a nuclear bomb, went off in the music industry. The streets are saying everybody's choosing sides, and in a pretty let's talk about how the industry is reacting CH, it's like watching dominoes fall. Some big names are distancing themselves from Diddy faster than you can say bad boy for life. Others are keeping quiet, but you know they're seeding bullets, wondering if they're next on Rihanna's hit list and social media. It's a whole circus out there. The tea is that hashtag are exposed and hashtag Diddygate are trending hotter than a Fendi Beauty lunch. Fans are digging up old interviews, dissecting lyrics, and creating wild theories. It's like everyone's turned into a detective overnight. But here's the real gag. Some folks are coming out of the woodwork with their own stories about Diddy. The streets are saying it's not just Rihanna anymore. Other artists are spilling teeth, and it's starting to look like a whole pot of Earl Ray up in here.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that pretty much answers the question. Yeah. Okay, Jack. We're gonna keep talking to you because this is unfolding. We love that you sit down with us. We are very appreciative for that.
We're family.
We're family, and
The saga continues.
Yeah, the saga continues definitely.
Yeah, it just keeps on rolling, don't it?
All right, just keep.
I do have one last question before we give you back your time.
Come on, babe.
Do you feel in your heart? Because again, we come to you, Jack, because we know that you're gonna tell us the truth. You're gonna tell us what it is. You're not gonna sugarcoat it. Do you think that the industry will ever accept responsibility for the things that are happening, or do you think that they'll just continue to push people forward, the Bill Cosby's, the Diddy's?
It will be what it's been until we break it. And we should break it. We haven't done right. And we need to let the future make the choices, because they're the ones that are going to have to live out those consequences. When I think about Tupac and I think about Nipsey, I become embarrassed, because if people had started speaking up about Diddy sooner, Nipsey might still be here. Takeoff might still be here. If I had spoke on what I suspected back in the late 90s, Lamont Coleman might still be here. We fucked it up. Generation Z, we just need to clean up our mess, and we need to give it to them. That's what's right. I don't know, maybe that sounds crazy, but that's what's right.
Now let's talk about what this means for Diddy Girl. His lawyers must be working overtime. The gossip is that there could be some serious legal consequences. If even half of what Rihana is saying is true, we're talking potential lawsuits, investigations, the whole yards, and his reputation. Shit's tanking hit after hit. Some of his business partners are getting cold feet, and word on the street is that deals are falling through left and right. It's like watching an empire crumble in real time. But here's the thing, Diddy's been in the game for a long time. He's got friends in high places and more money than God. The question is, will it be enough to weather this storm? Meanwhile, Rihanna's stock is going through the roof. People are calling her brave, a whistleblower, a hero. That not everyone's buying it. Some folks are saying she's just trying to stay relevant, or that she's got her own agenda.
First and foremost, I just want to say, I know a lot of people want to hear these stories and everything like that, because this is stuff that happened back in the day. And then maybe that if they knew there was going to ever be a YouTube, or they knew there was going to ever be social media, a lot of the stuff probably wouldn't have got played out like it did. But things happen, and these are just stories from the past. I would like to use that as, what you call that, just to clear the facts up what's going on. But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff, and he's in the exotic bookstores, and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side, and then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there, and it said plug. And I was like, hey, yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack, something like this. And Puff wasn't a dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina. So later on that, I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm here at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah, so then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? He said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bruh, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them. He was like, yo, I don't care, man, I'm going in there. That boot like that. I said, yo, bruh, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed it and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well, you know, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, he just looked, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room. There's a lot of freaking going on. So I was like, oh, he said it was a lot of freaking going on. So that was basically that story, man. You know what I'm saying? They went back in the room. Dude felt a certain kind of way, and he left out. So I seen them at the concert the next day, and they tried to, you know, form up against me. But my man Frank was like, I told my man Frank, I was like, yo, Frank, put yourself in that position. Somebody trying to get in the room, and Ja told you don't let nobody get in the room. What would you do? Now, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, man, but you know I ain't taking no losses. Yo, you good, and that was it. Bruh, when Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind. What they was doing with those plugs.
The music industry, split down the middle, some say it's about time someone exposed the dark side of the business. Others are worried about what this means for the future. Will artists be afraid to work with big names? Now, is this the end of the old guard? One thing's for sure, this ain't going away anytime soon. Every day brings new revelations, new accusations, new denials. It's like a soap opera, but with way higher stakes. So what's next? Will more artists come forward? Will Diddy fight back? And how will this change the music industry? As we know it, Grow Your Guest is as good as mine. But one thing for sure, we'll be watching every second of it unfold.
About Rihana, the diva Rihana. She's from Barbados?
Yeah,
okay.
she's Bayesian.
Okay, she's Bayesian. How did you come in contact with her? I mean, did you fly over there?
No, Jay Brown had actually bought me the song. She had a song right now, and it's I wouldn't say massive because of her roots, but she has this outrageous song called Pound the Replay. And he played that song for me, and I was scared. I was like, that song is too big for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a new artist, when a song is that big, it's it's hard to come back from. And I don't sign songs, I sign artists.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Won't you break down the difference between that? Because the viewing public might not understand that.
Some people chase the hot song for a minute, and then they sign, based on the song. I want to sign it based on an artist, based on or based on the swagger, based on the level of talent, based on the writing, So I was a little reluctant when I first heard the song, and then, he kept going, Jay Brown, he kept being persistent. I was like, you know what, bring her by. And when she walked in our office, I was like, you know, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, you know, it was just something about her. And then she performed the song, and I was like, okay, okay. Then, you know, we sat down and we talked. And they was talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over, and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 in the morning.
Wow.
That day, I was absolutely certain.
How often does that happen? I mean, that's
not often.
That's unheard of, right?
That's not, yeah. I mean, to get lawyers to draft up contracts, and then the other side to agree to contracts in 10 hours that's retarded.
Now, what would her market be? What would, I mean, you know, I know Sean Paul, you know, started the resurgence,
right?
Of, you know, of reggae or dancehall music on a global level.
See, the thing is, it'll appeal to everyone, because she's not really like just a specific dancehall artist. You know, her roots and her culture comes through when she's singing, but she's really like an R&B artist. With an outstanding voice. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get her caught up in that trick bag, but at the same time, I don't want her to ignore her roots. So she's not like chatting or anything. Like, she sings. It's just that her roots come through and her culture come through in her music.
Okay. Did she actually do an audition for you? Like, she dance and sing?
Yeah.
How did that go? What did she do?
She was just starting her moves out. She didn't have all her moves together, but the way she moved, like, it was natural. It wasn't counting. It wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4. It wasn't systematic. Like, if you look at some videos, you could look and you'll see people counting while they're dancing. You know, 1, 2, 3. It wasn't none of that. It was all natural. So I was like, okay, even if she don't know the routine,
T is so hot it might just change the whole music game. The streets are saying this Diddy drama could shake up the industry, something fierce for talking new rules, new players, and maybe even a whole new way of doing business. But what's next for our girl? Some folks think she might use this momentum to drop some fire new music, while others are wondering if she's going to take a step back from the spotlight. And let's not forget about all the other artists watching this go down. Are they going to speak up to or keep their mouths shut tight? The big question on everyone's mind is this the beginning of a new era where the big shots finally have to answer for their actions, or is it all just going to blow over like yesterday's gossip?